So, victims can't be around their abusers at all. I mean, you can't think. And the same, I said truth back in 2012, and look how badly I was attacked. I was severely attacked. What they put on Facebook and what, they're just unspeakable. All the hell that was created in my life, and I had nothing to do with it. And to be completely, totally lied about almost my entire existence is just pathetic. Yeah, I'm sick of it. I hated my husband for lying. I was, I mean, he's a nutcase with what he did and how he lived. Everyone I knew is just a total nutcase. Everyone that was in my life, forced in my life. It's not like I had a choice. I never had a choice. Now, because I had children, if I didn't have children, I might have had the choice to work at a lousy McDonald's job. And maybe I would have found an okay girlfriend to help me out. Live together with an okay girl. Like Melody out here. It's like a zombie just living on the streets, not talking to anybody. Really, really sad. And I tried to get some church people in the summertime to get interested in helping her out. I mean, like, kind of hint. It'd be great if someone could, like, get her at least a hotel for a week for her, to relax for a whole week instead of being on the streets. Hint. Like, I just can't stand liars. So, the same shit that I did with my phone, but I was, like, much more hurt. Much more hurt. I really, really, really hate it, not just by... So I'm just hated by one person right now. And I can feel the intense hatred. So I'll take down their video. I just say the truth, and I can't help it that, all I knew were lying narcissists in my life, which basically is true. Except for my best friend, Rosalind Crunk, Cindy Pouts. I'm not going to mention the other name because she's mad at me, but that was way in the past. Yeah, I had an awful life. Just awful. I really wanted to live where I wanted to live and just lied to. Well, if you would live somewhere, no. Why are my kids where they're at? Because they don't know how, they're not taught any better. They're not taught to be independent, but also there's a controlling factor on them. And that, well, we don't know anything better, and, oh, okay, this house is ours. And the person who always lied about me, ever since I met him, okay, oh, when your caretakers pass away, you're gonna get the house. No, I have nothing. I never got anything from my family. Nothing from my family at all. Nothing. No inheritance. Now, when my dead husband died, he got over 40 grand. Blew it all. Such a dumb shit. Had really, really good jobs. She just, everyone in my life's a total insane, crazy nut. Who gives all their money away for 12 years? Oh my God. And you have it made. Have it all made. Yeah, and you're like, but no, I'm gonna give all my money away. And oh, it just doesn't make any sense. But it does make sense in that in the spiritual realm, demon-possessed people control you. So that makes a lot of sense. So depending on how much a person's demon-possessed, then they allow other people who are demon-possessed. I mean, they just allow, a person to shit all over them. And that's what me and an old friend used to think of this guy giving away everything. He was like, why would you do that? Why would you, and I even was nice, and I was like, what? Your worst abuser is the one who stole all your money for the last 12 years. And literally, like, you're giving it, I mean, I consider it stealing. I don't care that a person gives you something. It's stealing when it's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And I never even got a dime or a penny. God knows I didn't have a fucking penny in for 4 months. Except my stimulus check that I'm not even allowed to have. That's fucking stolen from me. Oh, just giveaways to 2,800. While I'm tortured in the torture chamber with the baby. Either forgets me. State quarters. All for show. That's all narcissists do. All for show. You want me money? The state quarters. The state quarters. I hope it's enough to put enough gas in my car. I don't have any gas money. What are we gonna do? And less than a month later, whenever, I have no idea because there was so much abuse that took place. But it's all scat. I don't know what took place, but later on, talking to my son, I could open up a bank account and get a stimulus check. And somebody needs $2,000 rent, so, while I'm forced to suffer day in, day out, this person flipping out and being paranoid. I'm not gonna make it. What are we gonna do for gas money? Gas money. What are we gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Gas money. What am I gonna do? What? Oh my God. Every day. That's hell. I mean, I got maybe pennies now. No, nothing back. Oh, I'm the worst person. I made out like a bandit. Back then, I made out like a bandit. Nobody. Not even close. So, it doesn't. The nice thing that was done really doesn't erase all the hell that was created in my life. And being, like, super obsessed with me. Saying there's something wrong with me and I need medicine. Well, I've been taking medicine for, like, my whole life, basically. But, like, maybe 6 months. Tiny bit of drugs. I was a pothead, alcoholic. Barely any drugs. Just pathetic. How I'm so lied about. Like, I was the biggest drug addict in the whole wide world, and Oh, that, man, look what I introduced my kids to. My kids, you know, they were taught not to care. Really, my kids don't care, literally. Which is a good thing. You know, but to be taught not to care about me. Except, like, the one, well, I mean, the other one never did, like, you know, just to be stolen from, having your kids stolen from you for no reason, and all my money, it's my money. Okay, if I wouldn't have had kids, that money, that made up money wouldn't have existed, and let me tell you, it was very made up. Like, it didn't make any sense, what was given. All because of, you know, they're my kids. Let me have the money and give them a decent place to live. But no, I'm not allowed to do anything. I never was allowed to do anything in my life. I don't know, this is the truth, and I'm just gonna put it up. I never was allowed to anything, ever. Except, like, now I can, and now I still have, I never had an income, in reality. Really. Right, I never had an income, because I never had a support system. I never ever had anybody emotionally support me but late season Chappelle and one of my narcissist so-called friends. I mean, you're talking like 30 years of my fucking life. Just nothing. No support, no friends. No emotional support. I needed emotional support. I never got anything. My life is total hell, all created by insane narcissists. You know, I didn't create my own hell, they did. And I argued with a lady today. I was like, well, you can be responsible for your feelings. No, not in Satan awful circumstances. Not in the worst circumstances. I don't know. I mean, I'd like to think that, you know, there's a little God and then there's a million Satans. Okay. I still think that there's God and then there's just massive loads of Satan, like, all around. But, you know, some people are a hell of a lot worse. I hope somehow that, to me, Earth was hell. And it was hell to many, many, many people. It's hell to people half the world. Okay? Worse than I had it. Earth's hell for half the world. And that's the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So, why would not my loving God allow people who are not believers just disappear? Which makes sense. If you're not a believer, you should just, I mean, but Satan too. I mean, the problem is, like, God, all these New Agers, Gaia and all that shit, Gaia, and saying, you know, all the really advanced civilizations, well, they're not so advanced if they're, if they can't create another planet, are they? Like, but is Earth the only planet? Oh, they lived here before. Well, that's great. Well, then, you know, we don't know anything. Like, what? Maybe all the evil civilizations are Satan, then. All the stupid people that started out on Earth, we were, there's a chance that, you know, God could live through them. So, I loved, late Theodore Carl-Summerlin. He's like, well, the retarded people, you know, God can get through. Yeah, because they can't think. Alright, so if you could just go and, you know, little kids and all that. I hated the TV evangelists that went over to the third world countries, and they have massive amounts, thousands and thousands and thousands. They're all saved. Oh, Marilyn Hickey, look, this is, oh, Benny Hinn, look, all these people, they don't know what the hell they're talking about, what they're, they're poor, they give them food, it's like, it's the first party they ever went to. Do you believe it? Accept Jesus? Yes, praise Jesus. And then they mimic. It's not believing. Just like they force people to believe in Jesus. Like there's so many people, like, they word it. So I worded it when I was in Catholic school because I was forced to. It doesn't make you a believer. And then I was a believer with the father of my 2 children, who was never a believer. But he taught people the real Jesus. And I just, when I prayed my prayers, it worked. So it's not a false peace. Because when I went into the Catholic Church or any other church and tried to listen to their music, oh my God, heavy metal's better than that shit. Anything's better than the dead music. Now let me just do that again. Oh, Jesus, I'm so in love with you because you did what you did. I love you so much. I love my God, Jesus. They have worse songs than that. So there's no life in the dead church. No wonder. The Vatican fucked it all up. And to learn all this knowledge, okay. This is a problem about New Age. Okay, all these New Agers, Joe Dispenza is the one that, talks about GAIA. The advanced terrestrials. The advanced terrestrial says our souls live forever. Well, then that's a big, huge problem. It's a huge problem. Because the Huska Castle in Bohemia, that's real. It's the gateway to hell. And that was opened up around 1200th century. So, and who knows what insane abuser wanted that. A Satan lover. Just, I want access to hell. Bohemia, wherever the hell that's at. Really crazy shit. Shrek. The little tiny king was Atta. He lived in a castle. An ugly king. That might have been the storyline. Okay, the Huska Castle. Because I barely remember as the Google everything. Ottawa. That was the the king's name. Okay, there's just so many lies, and then you try to get through to a knucklehead. Total stubborn person. You can't. No, the Bible is not all true. The whole Bible is true. How? No loving God is jealous. No loving God demands you to obey them. And supposedly in the Bible, like, it's crazy, but they got it all wrong. Like, okay, if you're a real believer, then you're forced to be a chosen one. It's like you everything's a lie, and it's really hard to decipher. It's 1 Corinthians 1:26. God did not choose the noble, the popular. He chose the despised to bring to naught the things that are, so no man can boast. But God can boast. I mean, the whole worship thing is boring. I really like what my older son said. He's like, well, what is heaven? Worshipping God. Well, that's boring. What, and my other son's like, I don't want to live forever. I want to just, it would be really boring, like, living on Earth for 1,000 years. But why would you want to live forever? What for? When you did everything, it was like, nobody knows anything. But most definitely, most of the Bible is fucked up. And it really is. Because it contradicts itself. Given it shall be given unto you. Yeah, right. It's a total lie. This world's just hell, and God, okay, there's nothing to figure out because, everything's a fucking lie. I mean, I'm abused to death now, I wouldn't have wanted, a shitty job at McDonald's, but it would have been a lot better than the life I had. The boring little shitty McDonald's, maybe I would have met a nice girl, and I wouldn't have been abused to death. I wouldn't have been abused to death. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about Melody out there. Humans. I hate creditors who pretend that they care. God, I'm living with a prostitute killer. I'd say where midway, and he just abuses everyone as fucking. He's like the worst person on the fucking planet, and I'm homeless the whole time. He sees a girl out there. He notices everything. Oh, he's a predator. I see, and that's the only help that a victim has.